What is happening, everybody? And how are y'all doing this evening? Welcome to the fifth episode of DJ Talk. Now, before we begin, I would like to take this time to say that my thoughts and prayers are to Puerto Rico and what's going on down there, and to let y'all know that it's tough what's going on in Puerto Rico. So I'm gonna say this in Spanish so everybody will understand. So así que a toda la gente de Puerto Rico, estamos contigo y estamos orando y para que todo salga bien con ustedes y no solo eso, siga para adelante y nunca pierda esa pelea y Puerto Rico sí verdaderamente va a levantar otra vez. Así que bendición a todos ustedes. So my prayers and thoughts will go to Puerto Rico. So make sure everyone has that in mind. And not only that, but also I want to send a little shout out to everyone that has shown love and support. So thank you again for that support, love and support. And shout out to all my Jewish people out there. Shalom everybody. And New Year's Eve for Israel is this Saturday. So all I want to say is shalom to everyone. And now, if anybody hasn't watched the last episode of DJ Talk, make sure you guys check that out because that episode, the last one, was incredible. Not only was it incredible, it was breathtaking, inspiring. And not only was it inspiring, but also it just felt amazing to hear that. So to all my Spanish people out there, si ustedes no vieron el último episodio del DJ Talk, vaya a ver ese episodio porque este episodio fue tan tremendo, inspirado. Y eso fue tan, pero tan fascinado de oírlo. Así que chequé ese video porque eso fue tremendo ahí, muy tremendo. So, without any further ado, let's get right to it. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to avoid bad thoughts in mind. You know, in this life, there are bad things in this world, such as corruption, negativity, selfishness, egotistical, dramatics, and the list goes on. So today, we are going to be talking about how to avoid bad thoughts in mind. Yeah, there are ways to how to overcome bad thoughts in life, such as many things. So the first one would be try to remember that occasionally bad thoughts are normal. Try to avoid saying, this is my fault. I shouldn't be thinking of this. I hate this thought a lot. Well, I got news for you guys. The most important thing in this life is that you're alive, you're breathing, you're healthy, you're doing great. And another part of it, you're doing well. So try to keep that in mind because that's the most important thing is that you're alive. And most importantly, you're blessed. You're very much blessed out there. So try not to forget that is that if it wasn't for Jehovah, the one and only, you wouldn't be here, and neither would I in this life be breathing nor be alive. So you better thank him before you wake up early in the morning. So that's what I want to say. My own personal thought right there. And speaking of thoughts, number two, Think about what makes the thought bad, common, bad. Common reasons for thoughts. Tough thoughts include guilt, hurt, anxiety, jealousy, temptation, drama, failure, or fear of failure. Ooh, that's what we got to think about right there. Fear of failure. You know, there's an old saying that the famous basketball player once said, MJ, well, to you guys and to me, the greatest of all time, would say, before you succeed, you must first fail. So that wasn't, I mean, not to say it in a bad way. So I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. But that was his words right there. So I'm just clarifying that. But anyway, yeah, that's our fear. We don't want to fail. Sometimes we have a fear of failing and becoming failure. Sometimes we want to make our family proud. We want to make our friends proud and say, we did it. We accomplished it. We are on top of the world. That's what we want to feel like. And also jealousy. On the last episode, I say, if somebody wins and you feel like you want to be there too, and my only advice, what I say is, don't have jealousy in your heart. In other words, don't hate, congratulate. Temptation. Mm, Word of advice, resist the temptation. That is some that we have, there is some things that we have to overcome. Number three, slow down your thoughts with a few deep breaths. Take, take 30 seconds to stop what you're doing and take 5 deep, long, but long breaths. Give yourself a moment to address the thought instead of jumping right into the irrational or extreme conclusions. Here are some things that will keep you calm, cool, and collected. Try to count to 15. If you still feel nervous, you could also color, listen to calm music, read a while, and that's one of those things right there. And we have to, how do I say this? Oh yeah, we have to think about happy thoughts. That's what I would say. We have to think happy thoughts, because once you're thinking happy thoughts, nothing can ever bother you. Like, basically what I'm saying is this, is that once you have those thinking mindsets and all that, and saying, I want to be happy. I want to enjoy what I have. Like, you got to manifest that in your life. You got to manifest happiness and joy and show and have gratitude in your heart. Like, is that, yeah, like, you got to be happy with yourself, because we're all doing well in life, because we're all doing well. Like, take for example, when you see a person out there, right, that is saying, I'm doing well, and then once you turn around, that person, and you looked at it straight in your eye, is not doing good. And sometimes you feel like, I want to help that person. I feel the pain what that person is going through. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one of those typical things to do, because even though it may be tough to do it, but you got to look at it this way. You got to see the big picture and say, you know, I could do something. I don't have to ask this person, but however, I will invite that person to come with me because I'm going to surprise that person. Well, that person either could be a homeless or going through a divorce or going through tough times in life, or maybe even going through a tough loss in the family, and it's just sad, really, to think that everything that person's been through is tough. So that's just want to leave my I just want to leave that out there. Just want to say that. Alternatively, you want to head outside. Remove yourself from either the room or situation. I mean, that's a good thing to do. It's like if you feel like something is not right, it's best to take a step back and say, okay, I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my life. I just felt like I need some fresh air, and I need to clear my head, which that is the other part. Take a short walk to clear your head. And that is a good thing because for all the people out there that go through a tough situation, there's two options. Either say a prayer and ask God to help, or take a walk or so. So that's two of the best options I can come up with. So, and number four, ask yourself, that's important, to ask yourself this question of, why are you having negative or bad thoughts? Once you've slowed down and thought about the reason, why are you upset? Well, like I said before, and that is the time to say this, it's about time to ask yourself this question. And the question is, why is my thoughts so negative? Why am I having these bad thoughts all of a sudden? That's what you got to ask yourself. The question are, is a big one. The question are, what hard evidence do I have for my anxieties or fears? What are the positives of the situation am I forgetting? Is there another way to look at this situation? How would someone else see me? Will this matter in 5 years? Those are the most important questions you have to ask yourself. So you see, when bad thoughts come in your mind, you have to ask yourself this question. Is it worth it? Is it worth the trouble to think about whether to do something bad in your life and get in trouble at the end? Well, here is my answer to this question. And my answer is no. No, it is not worth it. And you know why? Because you're better than this and you deserve better. So you see, it's it's to be in the right path. And in order to do that, by prayer and restoration, two keys: prayer and pray and restoration. So here's the big secret of how to overcome these things in life: through prayer and restoration, because when it's all said and done, Jehovah, the one and only, will help you out and make sure that everything is going to be fine and you're going to be great. Believe me, it's happened to me before. I know that feeling. And that feeling will erase bad thoughts in mine. And nothing bad will happen to you. If that helped me out, it could help you out too. Everyone that you love will be there in your corner. And nothing bad will happen to you nor anybody that you love. And that's just the way it is. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We've been through a lot of bad. We've been through a lot of tough situations throughout the years. Like take for example, we've got the bad stuff going on. Like everything you hear, like saying from the bad people, like we might want to say, is that oh, things are not gonna be fine. Things are gonna be worse, and things like this and that and that and this. But you know what I mean. It's like sometimes we have to look at it as in, is this always gonna be haunting me? Because basically, I'm not gonna be dealing with bad thoughts in mind. No bad thoughts in my heart, no bad thoughts in my gut, no heart, no even feelings. So all I have to say is this: pray about it, and Jehovah, the one and only, will help you through it. That's the last part I said, and I'll repeat that again. And there's a quote from Ernan Gruel, the author of the Freedom Writer's Diary, that talks about part of her book, How to Get Rid of Bad Thoughts in Mind. And it also says it would be easy to become a victim of our circumstances and continue feeling sad, scared, or angry. Or instead, we choose to deal with injustice humanly and break the chains of negativity and energies and not let ourselves sink into it. Wow. Strong words that was said by the author. So you see, just like what she said, we have to break the chains of negative thoughts because once we all do it together, and also it requires teamwork because we're all in this together. And once we break that chain of negativity and all that, we're free together. We do it together. We will enjoy our freedom from bad thoughts, and we will think nothing but blessings, happiness, love, joy, peace, positivity, knowledge, prosperity, and life as well. Always remember when always remember this. When we all break the chain of bad thoughts, we will enjoy the freedom, and the bad thoughts don't even exist no more in our minds no more. You know why? Because it is a nuisance. It is a rock that we just basically kick it out of the way so we can keep going through our destination. And that's what we want to continue. We want to continue going into that path of happiness and love and prosperity and joy. That's what we want to keep doing. So, my suggestion is to all of you, if anything bad comes into your mind, is it, and my question is, are you going to let it contaminate you, control you, make you do bad things? Or, hold on, or do you want to be free from it? Enjoy the great life. Ask yourself that question. You know, that is something that you have to think about all the time because I've seen this before. I even seen that on TV shows and movies that every person has bad thoughts in mind. Everyone, not just one, but everyone. And it's not easy for them to let go of because basically that is the hardest thing to do. And I don't know how to say it, but thankfully they were able to overcome that at the end of the movie or show or whatever, maybe in real life. Always remember these words that I will tell you guys, and hopefully you will never ever forget. Every thought that comes in mind, in my personal, in my personal opinion, it better be a good thought because it will help you reach you to the higher levels that you dreamed of getting there, and you will be blessed forever because anything that is opposite of good, if it's a bad thought that comes in mind, it will be too late for you. And there will be no going back after the decision you make. All I have to say is the choice is yours. Let me tell you guys something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You guys are smart, strong, determined, focused, hungry, and most importantly, blessed to be in the position that you are in the future, that will be in the future that you guys will be in. And let nothing, absolutely nothing, get in your way. And like I said before in the previous episode, and I'll borrow that part that I said, it's your time now. And it's your time to shine. If you want it, all you got to do is believe it, and it will be yours. So, to conclude this episode, I want to give you a peace of mind about this topic. When a bad thought comes into your mind, you will feel like you want to do it, and your heart is beating so fast that you're about to explode out of your seat. The first thing you need to do is to pray and seek for strength and guidance. Key word right there, strength and guidance. Another one. So, I hope you guys have learned something new today, and and more importantly, have a blessed night. And also, I hope that this has blessed you also. And always, and I mean always, my first advice is, and I'm gonna say it, and I'll repeat it again and again, and it will be coming true into fruition to everyone, and hopefully everyone knows what I mean. Put God first. That's all I gotta say. Put God first because when you do, all the bad thoughts, all the bad vibes, all the negative thoughts that come into your mind is gone. Boom, out of here. Vanished, disappeared. Never, and I mean never, will come back into your life. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the episode, the fifth one. So, and all I have to say is stay tuned for the next episode of DJ Talk. Stay positive, Think happy thoughts, enjoy life, happiness, peace, prosperity, and more importantly, enjoy every moment of this beautiful but beautiful life. Life is great. All you have to do is cherish that moment and enjoy it while you can. So, good night, everybody. Stay blessed and stay happy. Peace. Enjoy.